All right, this is my out of the theater reaction for Masters of the Universe, and I gotta say I'm not a He-Man fan, so I don't know the background of any of this stuff. So I'm coming in cold, but I'm gonna say this is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. The dialogue was pretty uninspired, low-hanging fruit, right? So think of the most basic, uncreative, uninspired line and fill in the blank, and that's exactly what they did for pretty much every single line of dialogue. The action was okay. I thought the action was fine in a generic kind of way. Some of the scenes were pretty cool. You felt the power of the punches and the hits, but nothing out of the ordinary. But I think overall, I was just kind of mildly entertained. A lot of humor. Too much humor, I would say. Some hit, some didn't. I felt like they just threw out as many jokes as they could, and were hoping that you would laugh at something. And I did laugh a few times. It wasn't completely devoid of humor. I would compare this movie with Dungeons and Dragons. That's probably the closest movie that this fits under as far as the vibes, the themes, the tone, the writing, the action. It's all very similar to Dungeons and Dragons, which is to say it's kind of cartoony. It doesn't take itself seriously at all. But Dungeons and Dragons did it better, right? Their jokes hit. Their jokes landed for me. The action, great. Overall storyline, I thought was entertaining. This was kind of in the same brush, but just not as funny. Action was just kind of generic, and the plot was just all over the place and just didn't have any weight to it. So I'm going to say I give this movie about a 40%. But again, I'm not a fan, so if there was a bunch of fan service, that probably went over my head, and maybe the fans would like it more because it throws back to the cartoon, which, again, I'm not familiar with. I thought it looked fine. I thought the characters looked fine. The visuals looked fine, but, man, I just got very little out of this whole experience, and unfortunately, this was a dud for me. So